Dee, and I am not your everyday educator. And these are my assistants,
TV
and Michaela.
And this is Quarantine Science. Today we're going to be talking about the scientific method. Okay, so let me tell you what materials you need for today's experiment. You'll need some pennies. You'll need a bowl with water, and you'll need aluminum foil. Things that you probably already have around your house. You go look in the couch or wherever and get you lots of pennies so that we can do today's experiment. So I'll give you a chance to do that. Okay, so now that you have everything gathered, let's talk about what the scientific method is. The scientific method is a set of orderly steps that scientists use to solve a problem. Scientists all over the world use some form of the scientific method. So whether you're in elementary school and you're getting ready to do a science fair, or you're in high school or college, or you are a professional organized scientist, you are using the scientific method to solve problems. Okay, so I am going to show extensions for middle school, but this activity is geared towards, I guess, upper elementary, but there will be extensions for middle school. So we are going to make a boat, and we want to see which boat is the strongest. So if you have a middle schooler, then you'll let them do some research on shapes. Which shape is the strongest? We're going to have a circular boat, we're going to have a square boat, and we're going to have a triangular boat, or one that's a typical canoe shape. So let your middle schooler do some research to find out which shape is the strongest. Okay, we're going to start making our boat, and so we have our three canoes. We have a round one, we have a traditional one, which is more of a, I guess, two triangles put together type shape, and we have a rectangular or square one. So the first thing we want to talk about is making our hypothesis. A hypothesis is an educated guess. It's an educated guess because you would do your research first to figure out which shape is the strongest. And so your middle schooler, if you have one, would do that research alone. Or if you have elementary kids, then you all can do that research together to figure out which shape is the strongest. So when we did our research, we found that triangles were the strongest. So if we were going to make an educated guess, then we might say that the traditional canoe would hold the most weight. But maybe you just like another shape better based on how it looks. So, what's your hypothesis, TV? Which one do you think is the strongest?
I'm going to have to say the strongest. I'm going to have to say this one.
The circular one?
Because it has more stronger stuff inside and more things, so it could probably...
More space?
More space, so all of it could hold in there.
Okay. Which one do you think?
I also say the circle.
Okay. So, we have two hypotheses, both saying the same thing, that the circular one will be able to hold more. So you want to take your bowl and fill it almost to the top. In a scientific experiment, you'll have constants and controls and variables. But for elementary, we're just going to have our variables. But our constants, I want to say, is that we have the same aluminum foil, same water, same pennies that are going in. So the only thing that we are testing, the only thing that varies is our shape, okay? So our variable, our independent variable, and I'll put that term on the screen somewhere. Our independent variable is the shape of our boat. Okay, that's the thing that we change in order to see what the result is, okay? Independent variable is whatever the scientist changes to cause a result. So let's fill this up. It's easier to fill it from the sink and then put your bowl down and fill it up as far as you want. That way you don't worry about anything spilling out. So we're going to put our boats in the water. If it's just the two of you, then what you would do is add pennies one at a time. Make sure that you are counting your pennies. Add your pennies one at a time. And once your boat starts to sink, then you'll stop. Then you're going to write down square 20 pennies or round 15 pennies or whatever the case may be, okay? Since there are 3 of us, then we can each start adding our pennies and counting to ourselves to see who gets the boat to sink first, okay? Stop it. 'Cause then
Oh no!
So this is our lab report, if you will. We have our hypothesis at the top that the circle boat is the strongest. This is our data. My poor little triangle only carried 9 pennies, the square 18, circular 27. Our conclusion, the circular boat was the strongest. Now, if you have older kids, then you can talk about error, things that you may have done that skewed your data. For example, was the triangle boat much smaller than the other boats? And that is why, sorry, a little diversion. Okay, so you want to discuss the types of errors that you may have. Perhaps the triangular boat was actually smaller, and that is why it held fewer pennies. If you have upper middle school, 7th or 8th grade, you all might calculate the error. You might find the area of your boats and make sure that you have the same area for your boat. So there are lots of different ways that you can go with this. I just want you all to have a basis to have a STEM discussion at home and show you how you could do quarantine science with the things that you already have at home. You don't have to go out and get a whole bunch of materials and still generate a wonderful scientific discussion. So this is the end of our first episode of Quarantine Science. We will see you the next time. Bye.
Bye.